welcome to another episode of the Discourse Duo podcast. Today we're going to jump right into our thread. This one is one of those things you don't really think about.
What's that?
It's what's the most annoying lie that's told in a movie.
Okay.
And right away, there's a couple that I automatically thought of when I started to look down it. Mm-hmm. And they were all on here. But then there was a whole shit ton of ones that I had never thought of before.
Okay. I'm interested.
All right, so there's some that are good, there's some that are bad, and there's some that are like, oh, yeah.
Let's hear it. By the way, we are twins tonight, it looks like.
Yeah.
We have a blue long sleeve shirt on. I just need to point that out because I'm sure other people will in the comments.
Well, see, here's the thing. Now, by us saying it, anyone who writes it in the comments is being derivative and therefore not original and kind of lame.
Lame.
Some say the lamest. All right. That one person can dig a 6-foot grave in just a few hours.
That's hard to do.
The stuff is hard unless you have an excavator.
Yeah.
All right.
Not easy. I have done that only a handful of times.
I've never dug a full 6-foot grave. What I have dug
half-assed
is that's funny. No, I usually do a 12-foot just pole, so you put them in vertical,
right?
And you put a dead dog on top of it, with a 2-foot clearance, so that way when the satellites are looking for undisturbed
satellites, yeah, they'll do it, man.
I'm just saying. Well, drones. Sorry,
come on.
You got to make sure you're doing right. Anyway, no. I was helping out back in college. I was helping John Boy out with leveling an area for a shed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
we had
not
to
easy.
dig down like 3 inches. Mind you, it was like a 20 by 15 foot shed.
Yeah.
It took us like 4 hours.
Yeah. No, digging graves is not an easy task.
I've also done the post holes for like a fence.
Yeah.
And that will kill you.
It's not as bad because that tool seems to cut it pretty good.
Suck.
Yeah. No, they're not bad. I just used one not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember my trap.
Yeah. That's the name of that.
Hurting like hell.
Yeah.
And I was like a kid too.
You have to have a manly physique to handle one of those tools. So, you gotta.
Number 2, you can shoot a lock with a gun and it will break/unlock.
I've never tried that, but I've wanted to.
But here's the thing. They kind of got a point. Okay. When people shoot a lock in a movie, it just goes like, pong. Like it opens up like the master lock, like opens perfect.
Yeah.
That's not how that would work. It might bend.
Right. No, I know how to pick locks. I've picked locks before. And so I understand the mechanism works. I mean, it might not, when you put a bolt hole through it, it might not just pop the thing open, the thing open. It will just jam it.
Lock it more.
Right. It'll just jam it maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But I guess if you're hitting you got to hit the metal.
Yeah, sure.
That's the thing. Their ability to
if you're the Sundance kid and just like con, yeah.
Yeah, their ability to hit the lock.
Yeah.
Number one.
That's insane. This one is also kind of funny. Getting punched doesn't hurt that much.
Oh, that one bothers me. So in movies, the kind of damage that some people take and it can continue to keep like, no way.
I
bricks
find,
to a face and someone's gonna like just get back up and try to kick someone. Like, get out of here.
As somebody who has been hit a lot,
No, you haven't.
I call bullshit.
You haven't been hit that much.
I've been hit with all kinds of dumb stuff. Things have been thrown at me all the time whenever I was sleeping. No, but like honestly, it hurts.
Yeah.
And it also affects you, like it stuns you for half a second.
Yeah.
So I agree with that one. This one's a little long, but it's funny. That CPR is clean, pretty, and reliable. If you're doing chest compressions correctly, you're breaking ribs with them.
Yes.
The person whose heart isn't beating is probably going to vomit if they wake up, and it's a coin flip at best if they're actually going to be helped by it. It's something that will do some amount of harm to potentially save your life, which is what you're at. You're at it for in a situation where CPR is actually necessary.
That's so true.
That's another thing that like we've been CPR certified by multiple companies. Not all of them even tell you that.
That's true. Yeah. Well, they
don't bring it up that like I know like the ones that were the ones that I've had where firefighters have been like or previous firefighters were like instructing.
Yeah.
They straight up told you like they're gonna fucking throw up.
I took an instructor's course, so I was certified to teach instructors at one point. And you learn it there and all of that, and you learn some of the, more gruesome,
more advanced type.
Well, you have to prepare because if you're teaching people, right, how to teach other people, then
right.
But I just took one recently, and nope, they didn't really go into any of that. How the crunching is normal, because that's the thing. If you go to do that and you don't know, and you feel that, you're gonna stop.
Okay, this is so totally different, but so totally the same. It's the same issue they had when anti-lock brakes first became a big thing. Because when you push all the way down, it starts pushing back.
Right.
And people thought that they were messing up and would let their foot off the brake.
Right. And then it wouldn't.
Then defeats the whole point.
Right.
And it was, I remember it being like, this is when I was like 9. I remember it being like a big like Dateline 2020, like all these special things basically saying like, keep pushing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not told what to be prepared for, you might mess up.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yep.
This is one that I never thought of, but oh my God. I love it when there's an open parking spot right in front of wherever the main character is going. I have never seen a scene where they park where we park to go into like a Walmart.
Only when it's part of the joke where they're trying to find a spot and,
Yeah, like a curb their enthusiasm or something. yeah, something like that. No, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, so on the car thing with that, headrests. In most vehicle scenes, they remove the headrests so the camera can actually see clearly, through, and you can get the character, from the back seat and the front seat. You'll notice that. And
never noticed that before. Now I'm going to look at it.
Yeah. You'll start noticing it.
You probably just ruined stuff for me.
Yeah. Not every movie, but there's a lot of them. I notice it all the time.
Do they also do it where like headrests, flip scene back, no headrests?
They commit to taking them out most of the time.
They just commit to, most of the time. Because continuity bothers the hell out of me with those things.
Yeah.
I'm usually the person that notices when like 2 buttons are undone and then it switches cameras, comes back, and now it's 3 and then it's 1, and you're just like, how many freaking takes did they do?
I'm surprised you didn't notice the headrest thing then. Yeah.
That's why it's so surprising. I really didn't. Yeah. Every family has this huge breakfast spread before they start their day, and all they visibly eat is toast.
That's a good point.
And it's always
or
like
bacon.
Toast or bacon, yeah, and it's always something they grab, usually put in their mouth, then pick up whatever else they go, and they leave with it in their mouth.
They leave all the food on the table.
Here's the thing, too. Think about how long, let's face it, in a movie, it's the mom. The mom took to make that food, too.
How dare you say that?
It's just the reality of the movies we watch.
How dare you say that?
You watching oxygen movies while I'm not around? What are you doing?
I don't know.
But yeah, that one's always bothered me. It's always been a thing that I've noticed. I'm just like, the eggs never look better than like movie eggs, know, and like no one eats them.
Yeah, no one eats them. Yep. Frustrating.
You need more breakfast scenes with Brad Pitt. Yeah. Brad Pitt, Robert Downey Jr. would be another one in there. He'll munch.
He's a muncher.
Yeah. Let's see here. Everyone can be an artist or scientist or whatever if they just work really hard. Basically, basically what it is like you see so many people that are into something and they just naturally get that job.
Oh, got
is
it.
what it's kind of referring to.
Got it. Like
kind of like those people who like, oh, I'm the artsy kid in class, so when it does the time skipped, obviously I'm going to be a famous artist.
right.
Instead of
okay.
obviously I'm going to be working at the 7-Eleven.
Right.
Like
right.
basically just the unrealistic bullshit of that.
Well, it's the because everyone follows their talents and dreams. That's because that's real life. You know.
Yeah, we totally did that, right, Chris?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Here we are.
Depression.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That you can walk away from an explosion unscathed, or that a 90-pound woman can kick the shit out of absolutely anyone, including dudes 10 times her size.
That I want to say that one bothers me, but I don't want to say that out loud because it's going to piss a bunch of people off. But in all honesty, like Gal Gadot isn't going to.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. This sentence, I don't agree with. Individual scenes, I agree with.
Right.
The John Wick 3 with Ruby Rose, whatever the hell her name was.
Sure.
That one, bullshit. Sorry. She weighed less than this thing here.
But they did a good. I disagree. I think they did a great job with that. He threw her around like a rag doll.
What? And then
she was able killed her.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that size comparison.
Oh, got it.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
right.
They tried to make her into this imposing thing. Part of the funny part was that then he basically Harrison Ford shot the guy, and it was like, you were the boss,
right?
But yeah, to your point, like Gal Gadot.
Is it Gadot or Godot?
I say it wrong.
Yeah,
I know it's not dot.
Yeah,
but that's how I say it. Like, I've heard it pronounced different ways. And I honestly don't know.
Yeah, we're just
in
ignorant.
Different countries. Yeah. I've heard it pronounced even other ways, and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm totally screwed.
We're ignorant, but that's okay.
Yeah,
but like gorgeous woman, talented, but yeah, she's talented.
She's definitely talented in her acting. It's just that sometimes her movements, I feel, look a little exaggerated.
I mean, you're speaking of like the Fast and Furious, like walking out in the swimsuit thing, which was supposed to be like her.
I'm not talking about that as being exaggerated.
No.
I'm talking about some of her action movements, like fight scene choreography.
Yeah, I guess.
It's more the choreographer than her. But
yeah, probably.
It's not like an Uma Thurman issue.
No. But like she's a small woman.
Yeah.
And to think that unless she has superpowers like Wonder Woman, well, okay, fine. I'll take that. And that actually looks pretty good. And choreography was great in some of that, but yeah, like when
but
you
if
put
she
her
tried
in, like,
to get into a fist fight with
regular
Henry Cavill,
human, and then a whole room full of dudes. I'm sorry, like.
Well, it's kind of like my ex-wife, right? So, you know this story. She has said multiple times that her one regret is that we never got into a physical confrontation.
It's her regret. Yeah.
Yes. And she still stands behind this. Like, if she heard this, she would start laughing and be like, no, I'm serious. And I try to explain to her all the time that I'm 6'5", and she's 5'2", and I could do like what they do in like the old like 50s movies and put my hand on her forehead and she wouldn't be able to touch me.
Right.
And it's just like, it's not saying that you couldn't get lucky and hit me and I could get knocked out. It's just saying that the probability is low.
Yeah.
She'd have to jump.
Right. There's gravity. There's a whole bunch of things working.
All these kinds of weirdness there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like a lot of times they do things and you're just like, that's not realistic.
Physics.
Yeah. And then to go to the first half, the explosion, the only explosion in Hollywood that I've ever seen that was realistic was The Other Guys.
Oh,
Will
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like, how do they do that in movies? It hurts so much.
Yeah.
Which is accurate.
It's accurate. I don't know. I've never been in an explosion, so.
Sorry, it's accurate from my knowledge, not from experience.
It's funny.
I don't hang out around explosions. Nobody says goodbye.
That's on the phone, especially.
Yes.
It's on the phone.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Be there. Boom. And they hang up.
And nobody's confused about whether or not they should be hanging up.
Or even if it's like a nice thing, like, all right, love you, and then hang up. Usually it's, all right, love you, bye.
Bye.
Bye. There's no bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bothersome.
That was one of those ones where I never really thought about it until somebody else brought it up.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. I've known that one for years. That one bothered me for a long time.
That was one of those ones I feel like whoever brought it up, it may have been you, but it was back like Blockbuster Video years.
Yes.
Where we were like nonstop movie watching.
Yeah.
That you can order a glass of wine and the waitstaff reads your mind without any further clarification.
Yeah, I can't recall that. In
Glass of wine is quoted, so basically like, yes, I'd like a glass of wine.
Really?
And then there's no, because think about it, usually in a dialogue where somebody says that, the waiter doesn't go, did you want a red or a white? They don't even say that.
I can't recall because I movies that I can recall them ordering wine, they're very specific about the kind of wine they want because
it's an
that
emphasis,
character
it's
is
date.
like, they know about wine, so they get the blah, blah,
or
blah, blah, blah.
they don't know it all and it's obvious.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
That's the joke.
I can't recall the general just wine,
That you can be knocked out by a strike to the head and then be up and acting normal in the next scene. And it says,
Yes.
TBI doesn't work that way.
Especially if it's with an object.
Once again, bricks
Or fire extinguishers.
We watch
or
a lot of martial art
anything.
movies when we were younger and stuff like that. And some of the things that these guys get hit with, you're just like,
Well,
you shouldn't be alive.
their bodies are temples. So
Next,
trained.
thunder and lightning at the same time.
If it strikes someone.
Right.
I know. It's flash boom, right? Right.
It'll show flash boom and it won't be raining yet. A laptop can instantly boot up, connect to the nearest network, and hacking someone/a company is instantaneous using a keyboard only.
Yeah, the hacking thing is that.
Remember Swordfish?
Yeah. Well, hey. I'd like to be hacked like that.
Yeah. But that is like, hold on, I'm almost in the mainframe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not how that shit's done at all.
It's a worm.
I just gotta cross-reference and make them think that I'm part of the program.
Right. And they need to use the word algorithm.
Oh yeah, algorithm's good.
It has to be algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biomatrix.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can fire a gun in an enclosed space and somehow not lose your hearing.
So,
I know that one bothers you.
quick story on that. Not long. Went out to the woods with my brother, and we were going to shoot. And I was like, oh, wait, we didn't bring I didn't bring ears. I'm like, oh, no, man. Like, and he's like, oh, we're outside. I'm like, okay. So he went to shoot, and I covered my ears. And he's like, ow, damn, god damn, no. And he's like, done. Like, no more shooting that day. He like, dude, I think I blew my eardrum. Like, it bothered him. Like, he couldn't hear. We were outside. It was a handgun.
I'm laughing only because I'm just like, dude, I have no idea what. Cause I've only been to the range that one time with you, and obviously we were at a range, so
Yeah.
I had ears. But like, I can't imagine.
It's loud.
Because it's one of those things that because Hollywood has, it goes, or that's as loud as it gets. That's what we think it is as a normal public, and it's not apparently at all.
Not.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently, what they make gunshots sound like is quieter than what an actual silencer on or suppression would be on an actual gun.
Yeah, I've only experienced firing without ears once, just because I wanted to experience it because I knew, and it's not comfortable at all. So, like at all.
Interesting. It's just because and
it shocks you, like you're thrown.
But let's think about it, right? The whole idea is that you get this weapon, you train with it so that you can be prepared to use it in an emergency.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted to know.
And then
what it's like.
you try to use it in an emergency, but because you don't have your PPE on, you're not going to be able to effectively utilize it, and therefore the zombie still kills you.
I mean, just think of any breaking in, like any house, burglary or something like that. If you go to fire weapon indoors to defend your home or your significant other, it's like it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. But here's the thing: bad guys aren't comfortable with it either.
Right? No, it's an equal opportunity hater.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got you. This one's so true. Working an entry-level job, but being able to afford a giant apartment in NYC.
Oh, yeah. Without
Every
a roommate.
movie. Yeah, without roommates. Yeah.
They're always a studio, though, right? Isn't that how that works?
Same thing. Let's combine this one with the like artist one.
Yeah.
How is it they have like these huge studio apartments? I'm just like, it's not a studio apartment. That's an apartment building that hasn't ever been divided up into like different apartments.
Right.
Like it's a barn.
Not possible. Not now.
Yeah. That I can quit my day job at the big city marketing firm, go back to my small hometown, and marry a hunky but down-to-earth guy who owns a Christmas tree farm.
Those are great movies. I will say.
Look, man.
Any Hallmark movie like that, it's feel good.
They're charming.
On holidays.
Sometimes it's just what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I remember there's that it's so bad. There's the Christmas version of that with, now I can't think of her name.
Nope. Not familiar to me based upon
nothing that I've given you at all, because I gave you nothing.
Words.
Yeah. No, but there was one of those that was on Netflix, and it was just like a really, really bad looking movie, and it was.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes it's just nice. You're like, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. My wife loves those movies, and I can be found watching them next to her, laughing about the movie, but also like, it's cute.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. It's funny.
That bullies always get consequences for their actions. That's actually not always true. Sometimes they don't get any consequences at all, although karma might F them up a bit later on in life. Who knows?
So they typically end up being the ones that have money, and because they don't care about
you don't in real life
themselves. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I agree with this. I feel like anytime especially like coming of age stories, whoever the main character's bully is, or the jerk Stifler character, right? They always get their comeuppance. In real life, no, they usually get what the main character wants.
Yeah.
And then brag about it and then move on. Like,
right.
That's just how life works.
Right.
Sometimes you lose, my mom.
Yep.
And majority of the time, the ones that are cocksure are going to get what they want.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So many doctors available, when in reality, nurses and other staff are scrambling to locate them.
Yeah.
That it is kind of funny how, like, in doctor shows, they bust through the door and there's like 7 doctors hanging out next to the one nurse. But in real life, it's exactly the opposite.
In real life, it's more like someone goes down in a cafe. I'm a doctor, because the doctors are always hanging out in cafes or malls or wherever. That's where they are. That's why they're not with the nurses. They're always somewhere else. That's why there's always a doctor.
That's funny.
On an airplane, the bus.
Because they can afford to be somewhere else because they make doctor money.
That's funny.
I got a couple more.
I'm kidding. Doctors work hard.
I'm not. When you get shot, you're blown off your feet and thrown 10 meters.
Yeah, no. Well, no.
I feel like this. I get what they're saying, because sometimes like someone will get shot and they'll like get shot through a door from the blast.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, but that's in a particular type of movie.
Yeah.
You're not going to, yeah.
Typically, if someone were to get shot, maybe it's not them getting blown from the blast. It's them falling backwards through the glass window or whatever it is, because they're falling, and that's the thing behind them. But through a door is like, it's not going to happen.
Right. But like, think about like Blade.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. That would be a good example of, well, obviously this is supposed to be like extreme because it's a cartoon movie,
right,
in a sense, but they do it.
Sure.
That anything that happens on computer screens makes these weird digital sounds.
Sound effects.
That bothers the hell out.
Or any button being pressed. Beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. You know,
yes.
Like whatever that is.
If all of a sudden you have a loading screen that has to go like, doo, 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 doo.
Right.
It's like, no programmer would ever put that in there.
Or how about this? Bombs. Why did they beep the little red light? Beep, 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 beep. Who would program a bomb that like tells everyone you're a bomb?
Or just the tick, 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 tick. Really?
Yeah.
Was it like the person that put it there have one of those spindly ass mustaches with a little cat like,
right? And this dynamite.
Yeah, it's like,
to
come
the back
on,
of the clock.
dude, this is ridiculous.
It's funny.
And this is the last one, and this is the one that I thought of immediately when I heard the title of this thread.
Okay.
Did you know that humans only use 10% of their brain?
Oh, man.
I'm trying to think of how old I was.
That's been in so many movies.
Right. I want to say
Limitless.
that Lucy, I want to say I was like 17 before I learned that was not true. I went through life thinking that was correct.
Like that's a fact.
Because I had never heard anything about this except for in movies, and I had heard it in so many different movies that I'm like, well, everybody's referencing it. Obviously, it's true.
The cinema.
And I obviously 100% not true. But yeah, no, I want to say I was like, I was way too old to have not already known that. Like pathetically older than I should have been to realize that was not the case. So, but yeah, that was my little thread about the stuffs that movies lie to us about on the regular.
Yeah, movies, those Hollywood bunch of liars.
I mean, that's all it's there.
Who would have knew? Right? Who would have knew?
Who would have knew? Wow.
Well, I got a nice little transition here for us.
Okay.
35 sequels better than the originals.
Okay.
Now, this is according to Time.
Okay.
So
normally I'd say that's a whole hell of a lot to go over, but I feel like some of these we're going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
other ones
I'll
we'll go
read
into.
them out. I don't have to read anything.
Let's start from 35. Let's see what we got here. What's the one that
they don't put them in any. They don't put them in any order. Unfortunately, they're just naming stuff.
Okay.
Well, because they're going to be different genre movies. You can't really do that.
I mean, but come on, man. We could probably curate a list.
We probably can. Maybe next time. Some of these are like in the series. There might be a particular sequel movie that's probably better than the original one the first one that came out. For example, Mission Impossible Fallout is on here.
Okay.
And there's a
lot of people
movies,
would say that John Woo was the second one, right?
Yeah.
So all the ones after that one.
Yeah, that one was terrible.
A lot of people say that either it's terrible or that you just have to realize it's John Woo.
Yeah, it's stylized.
And for a John Woo movie, it's really good. But for that particular IP, it wasn't a good fit.
It's like the explosion happens and he grabs his sunglasses out of the air, then like puts them on and like,
there was probably doves.
Oh my, there's doves probably.
Always
there's
doves
of birds flying in the background of explosions.
Here's the thing. John Woo had his moment, right? And then his stuff is good. It's not like it's bad. It's just that it's just so
corny
him.
now. It's corny now.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It was cool then because that's what cool was. You never saw that.
Do you remember The Replacement Killers with Chow Yun-fat?
Sure, yeah. Of course I do.
Same, similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Paddington 2.
Sure.
Thor Ragnarok.
Hold on.
Don't go back to Paddington, please.
I actually have heard that, though. Paddington 2 is way better.
It's come up on multiple lists, by the way.
It really has. And Ragnarok, best of the 4 Thors.
Oh, I agree.
Yes.
I can tell you the worst, too.
Yeah, it's Dark World.
Love and Thunder.
100% not.
It is not the worst. I know. I would give you that.
It goes 3, 4, 1, 2. Because that is definitely the order.
Logan.
Oh, that's not a sequel.
Time Magazine says so. So
Well, Time Magazine also gave like Hitler Man of the Year. So what does that mean?
no, they didn't. No, they didn't.
They did Hitler, but
This whole thing's gonna now be wiped. We're not even gonna be able to put this anywhere now.
they did do that for Putin though, a long time ago. So that one I think.
That's funny. With the shirt off, riding the horse. Was it that picture?
No, I don't think he was. I thought he was riding a bear. That was the Photoshop later. No, I know he's riding the horse. I'm just joking.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Never seen any of them, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I have heard that.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
100% accurate.
I agree with that.
Okay. Funny thing though, John Boy and I were. It's funny. Yesterday, Jonathan and I were talking about sequels. Are you in the camp of the first Captain America movie is good, or the worst of all of them?
Of all of what?
Marvel.
No. Worst of all of Marvel? You got to be out of your effing mind.
I am telling you right now, the
Watching a
majority
modern Marvel movie and
the majority of people rank it as one of the lowest ones.
Nah.
It's probably within my top 5.
Yeah, people are out of their minds.
I think it's just I like that story. I think that's just what it is.
Yeah, people are out of their minds.
So, but anyway, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to. But it was just so funny. We literally talked about this yesterday. But yeah, Winter Soldier, I think is. It constantly goes back and forth being my favorite Marvel movie or my second favorite between that and Endgame.
It's one of the best superhero movies because it transcends genre so well.
There's so many layers.
It's not just superhero.
We get a superhero movie and we get my other favorite thing, which is a spy movie.
Right, like espionage type thing.
Remember, one of my other favorite just movies is still Spy Games.
Right.
You're still dealing with Redford.
Great movie.
Oh, so underrated.
Yeah, great movie.
That was the movie that made me start liking Brad Pitt.
Well, Redford and Pitt together. I mean,
awesome.
Well, I
mean, come on, dude. I mean,
yeah.
That's... Anyway.
Wow. Wow.
It's getting hot in here.
I digress. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. You didn't see those movies.
I saw the originals.
No, but this is...
I know. I would love to actually sit down and watch them. It's a trilogy, right? The Matt Reeves.
It is.
I would love to sit down and watch them.
We need to watch those.
We have to do it. We have to do it straight through, though.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be able to 2-day that.
Yeah. Okay. How to Train Your Dragon 2.
I keep hearing that, man. I've never seen any of them, but I would love to. And I can never find the first one on any streaming service.
Okay. Before Midnight. I don't know what that is. But apparently Before Sunrise was the first one. And this was like a
horror genre?
You know? I think, I don't know, relationship stuff, romance. I think it's Ethan Hawke is in it. I don't know.
We can move past it then.
We can. Fast 5 is on here as one of the best.
Really quick. Is Fast 5 the one where they have to blow a hole in, or they're going through like when they're trying to cross the border, they're in like the underground, like, thanks, cool.
I'm so sorry, but there's 10 of them and I can't remember. This is halfway through the franchise we're talking about here.
Yeah, but we haven't seen all 10 of them.
I have.
You saw all of them now?
Yeah, I've seen all of them. Yeah.
You saw the new one?
No, except for the 10th. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you've seen the 9 previous.
Yeah, sure.
I think I'm at I only saw the first 6.
I don't know.
I don't remember anymore, but I don't want to.
There's so many.
I don't want to commit.
Toy Story 2. I'm sorry. Whoa. Toy Story 3, it says. Yeah. Toy Story 3. They did 4, right? 4 of them, right? Yeah, they did 4 of them. This last one. Yeah.
Toy Story 3.
They say that's the best.
It's the best in the sense that it kicks you in the balls and then drags you by them.
Right.
With nostalgia and just like sadness of growing up.
Now, in all fairness, I think this list was published before Toy Story 4 because they don't mention
Toy Story 4 is not as good.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But no, but there's been multiple ones that you've mentioned that have a sequel after that.
Yeah.
But they're not better than that particular
Right.
sequel.
The Dark Knight.
Hands down. Hands down.
Yeah. Out of that trilogy.
I will say I still love Batman Begins. But
it had so many opportunities that I think there were some missed opportunities there.
absolutely.
But it was
the
great
whole
for-
training, the League of Shadows, like I love training montages.
Right. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost like Spider-Man 2 is a better Spider movie than Spider-Man. But
Toby? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's because they just leveled up.
Just because
right?
Doc Ops.
And the villains, you know? So same kind of thing. So Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, better than the first Hellboy.
I've seen it, but I want to say I was on Benadryl.
Okay.
I was sick. And I want to say that I only remember bits and pieces, and I want to call bullshit.
Okay.
But I wasn't in the right state of mind. So
Well, we'll move on.
Move on.
The Bourne Ultimatum. That's the third one in the Bourne.
That's the one with Keith Urban.
Yeah. No. Yes.
Yes. That's when she finally dies.
No. She dies in the second one. Marie dies in the second one.
Oh, then that's the one with Keith Urban, because Keith Urban's obviously the one that kills him.
Yeah.
Kills her, rather. What's the third one then?
Third one, that's the one with that fight scene in the apartment.
The one that I always think is in the first one.
You know, where he like runs on this rooftop and jumps through the glass and it follows him through. Like that was a cool camera scene where it follows through and right. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one where the reporter gets shot in
God, they're all so
in Waterloo.
good.
You know?
I think I agree with that though.
Right.
Ultimatum
is the best Bourne movie. It was even better. Then they did Jason Bourne, and that wasn't as good as this one.
Jason Bourne was so disappointing that I forgot I had seen it. And so we watched it again together, and then like 15 minutes in, no, like half an hour in, I finally realized I'd already watched it and started remembering what was about to happen.
Right.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
That's not
it
fair.
wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't a bad movie. It was so blah.
It didn't do anything different than the other ones. They set the bar each time, I think.
Yeah. Ultimatum was legit though.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. Hey, look at that.
No, Spider-Man 2 is regarded as the best Spider-Man movie, period.
It's good.
I disagree.
It's good.
But I agree that it's the best of the Maguires.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody is going
to.
to give anything for the third movie. That movie sucked.
Yeah. Terrible.
It was horrible.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
I refuse to speak on the movies.
I'm just saying they say it's the best of them. People like that one the best.
That's great.
I'll probably agree with that. I know you're not going to give any comments at all about it. We're talking about movies here, not the books.
That's why I'm not commenting on it, because I hate the movies.
I know, but what I'm saying is of them, that's the one I remember the most because that's the one I think I like the most. It was the darkest, in my opinion, in terms of like, that's where it kind of turned on you, right? And then you're like, okay, it's going darker now, and which was cool to me. It wasn't as like, it's Christmas, you know? I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And then people are going to definitely disagree. X-Men United.
What?
That's X2. Is better than the first one, they say.
Okay. Are they not considering X-Men First Class part of that series?
Probably not.
Okay. If it's only X-Men, X2 United, and then X3, okay. But if First Class is in there, First Class is the best X-Men movie they've had.
I think it's just 3 X-Men is what they're talking about.
Okay.
So, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Way better. Helm's Deep is by far like the best shit ever.
You'll agree with this one, next one too. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
It's the best of the entire series.
The entire series.
Yeah. 100%.
Had all of its moments. Action great.
I have now
practical effects great.
I've now seen every one of the Terminator movies, and I can 100% say it's the best one, which I don't think anybody would ever doubt. And they should have stopped there.
No, I don't think so.
I feel like they ruin the franchise more and more with every new sequel that fails.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of those things they can just keep doing if they wanted to. So
They will.
yeah. Silence of the Lambs.
Never saw it. What's that a sequel to?
Technically, it's a sequel to 1986's Manhunter,
Interesting.
but it feels like a completely new film. So
Did not know that.
there's that. Ooh, and I agree with this. Superman 2, Christopher Reeve. Yeah.
Working out? Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
That movie's great. Well, because it's the first time you see Superman or any superhero like
It's when he fights Zod,
fight
right?
Zod, fight a foe
100%,
who
100%.
matches his powers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That,
That whole scene, I just talked about this with my dad. That whole scene of them in the city when they're being thrown through signs and like the bus picking up the bus and smashing stuff, like that was amazing.
The special effects for that was so sorry, visual effects. I shouldn't say special effects. Visual effects was so amazingly done.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple different documentary type things on those.
Yeah.
And it's so cool how they did all the rigging and stuff. It's so ingenious.
Yeah, that was a good movie. So, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I don't like any of those.
Yeah.
I don't like Chevy Chase.
Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. You don't know enough about those movies, but that one is better than the first one if you're looking at
Okay.
Star Trek.
So this is what I will say.
Khan!
Right? I know. I get it. This is what I will say. In the J.J. Abrams universe, the one that's supposed to be basically that movie, the second one there,
Has that character in it.
it is better.
Yeah.
The first one's awesome. I love the first J.J. Abrams one.
Right.
But the second one
It's just a good villain.
is so good.
It's just a good villain overall.
And also, they actually had a good actor.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back.
Every other nerd will say yes. My least favorite of the original trilogy.
It's my favorite. It is.
I know. It's
Even as a
on
kid,
a
like it's the one I
standpoint.
gravitated to. As Jedi, I loved because
Jedi's my favorite.
only
movie.
because you see Luke as a Jedi, not master, but
Whoa, never say that.
yeah, but you see him in all black, green lightsaber. Like
Yes, he goes.
he's
to
in
his emo
control.
phase.
He's someone now.
Yeah.
He's not a kid.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's always my favorite one. But like on a technical standpoint, I have to agree because Empire
Or
was
movie goes.
insanely better.
Yeah.
Tone, feel, acting, storyline.
Luke's training. You're getting something though.
I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just my least favorite. The first one is so great because it's such a perfect like encapsulation where it didn't need any prequels or sequels. It could have just been on its own.
Sure.
So it's great, standalone. Jedi, everything we've talked about before. It's the completion of the story that's like the to be continued. So you know it's gonna be better. You got some like awesome introductions of characters. Like,
The first one left me wanting more though.
plus, I'm from the generation that is pro Ewok.
Okay.
So.
Okay. The first one, and I'm saying the first one in release. Okay.
And release date, not chronologically.
Okay. Just to be
I know.
clear.
Fucking
Star Wars.
Fucking nerds.
A New Hope.
Careful.
A New Hope. That one is
That one?
That one, yes. That one left me wanting more because it didn't give me enough Jedi stuff. Like, wow, cool concept.
Jedis weren't even that big of a deal.
You didn't. I wanted to know more though.
You could have taken everything that had to do with the Jedis out of that movie, and the movie would have still been good.
Correct, but that's the part that I wanted to know more about.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I wanted to see some more.
Because that's
cool
how they
scenes.
get you, buddy.
Right.
First taste free.
But the second one, it built the story so I cared to know more. And I think that's the thing. Like it left it to be desired. So then it set up that third one for like, okay, you're gonna get like the progression of character in Luke.
I think the problem. So you have to remember.
It's born supremacy.
Well, no, what I was gonna say is,
you know,
you have to remember how old I was.
Yeah.
The first time I saw, episode 2, I was like 2.5, 3 years old.
Episode 2?
Release date.
Okay.
I was like 2.5, 3.
You're going to get chewed up on that one.
It is what it is. And so to me, it's the boring one.
I understand.
Because it was the adults talking.
Right, right.
And all the stuff on the stupid asteroid inside the freaking worm.
Sure.
You know, it's all like this things where, as a very, very small child that should not have even been watching this yet, I'm just like, and then I'm like, cool, teddy bears that kill. And I'm like, which one is better? I don't know. Because the first time I saw Star Wars, I watched all 3 of them straight through.
Got it. Okay.
That was my introduction. And I thought that the one takeaway in Jedi, there's the one scene where you see the Emperor with the other counselors that all look like creepy, like Frankenstein-y type things. They scared the hell out of me. And it was very creepy, and I felt like very weird, like I was going to throw up. I didn't feel, I like had like a panic attack as a child.
Really?
And the Imperial Guard, all red, were the coolest thing ever.
Sure.
I memorized what they looked like, the weapons they had, everything from one viewing. And they're like the most nothing background characters ever.
Right. They're kind of making an appearance in modern stuff now. So
yeah, but
yeah,
for the time.
Anyway,
So,
it took a long time.
We
on that one,
digress.
Dawn of the Dead?
Never seen any of them.
No?
No. I've seen Shaun of the Dead.
Only a few more here.
Movie.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Nope. Not a big Western guy.
I am. I like those.
I like the Westerns that I've seen. I just haven't seen that many.
Yeah. Spaghetti Westerns like Sergio Leone's. So I listened to an interview with his son, with Clint Eastwood's son. And
Scott Eastwood, yeah.
Scott, yeah. And he was kind of talking about like how his dad like got into doing those, and he went over to Italy and they made him there, and that's why they call them spaghetti westerns. So
I literally had no idea that's why they were called that.
yeah. So
wow, that makes so much more sense.
So I guess his he did this movie there and then came back, and all these people talk about this movie, and they're like, oh wow, he's like I gotta see this thing, you know, Clint Eastwood. And he goes to see it, and it's his movie that he made over there. They just called it something different. They renamed it, retitled it, whatever. And like everyone was like obsessed with it, loving it. And he's like, he didn't even know it was his movie, that it was doing well in the States. Wow. It's crazy. But yeah, he did a few of them over there. But that was a good one. From Russia with Love. That's a James Bond movie. Sean Connery. I love that movie.
Never seen it.
Great movie. It was more of a true spy movie because you're getting the espionage between like Russia spy, this one elite Russian spy who's basically trained to kill James Bond and is trying to come after him. So it's like this cat and mouse type thing where he's
Those are always the best.
There's a train scene where he's fighting on the train. Then they're fighting on the train, and it's, you know, for that time, one of the more physical, brutal scenes where they're throwing against things, going through doors, that kind of stuff. Really physical, which is cool. And then they kind of did a nod to that in the Craig series with Batista. I think it was in Spectre. I want to say it was. And yeah, where he's on the train and they're tearing through stuff and fighting or whatever. And yeah, so I thought that was really cool how they kind of did that. But yeah, that's one of my favorite Connery ones.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. At the end here, Bride of Frankenstein.
I really hope that wasn't in any particular order.
Me neither, but apparently that one's better than the first.
Cool. You know
Great.
what movie I loved? Young Frankenstein.
Yes, that's a great one. Mel Brooks.
Very good one.
Mel Brooks.
Abby Normal.
His movies are great.
Oh, that's so good. No, I agree with a lot of those. What I will say, remember I told you that Jonathan and I were literally talking about sequels the other day.
Yeah.
We were talking about Disney sequels, right?
Oh.
And how they're all shit.
That's not true.
We came up with a single sequel that we feel is better than the original. We're talking about Disney animated movies. What sequel do you think is better than the original?
I don't know better, but I liked it better. Bambi 2.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, I found out about Bambi 2 this year.
Yeah, I told you.
In 2023? Yeah. And it came out when?
I thought it was really creative of how they did it, the timeline that they did it in. It's going to be, no one like remembers Bambi 2, I should say. But I thought that was really creative how they did it.
Like I said, I didn't know it existed. Can you think of any other ones that you prefer?
Disney ones I prefer.
I will say that Aladdin is the best movie. But Return of Jafar has a special place in my heart because I love Jafar.
Okay.
But it's not a better movie.
It's not a better movie. I'd have, I'm going to think on that because there has to be one.
There is one.
Which one did you think of?
The Rescuers Down Under is better than The Rescuers. Hands down.
I can agree with that.
Hands down.
I forgot about that movie.
Well, and Jonathan's one who brought it up.
The Rescuers existed because I thought Rescuers Down Under was the movie.
Right. I did not know The Rescuers Down Under was a sequel. I just thought that's what it was called.
Right.
And then years later, I saw The Rescuers, and I was like, this is not nearly as good. Yeah, I did not like it.
Yeah, because, I'm even thinking like live action. Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is better than Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. I'm thinking like older, like live action stuff too, and I think Shrunk is better.
Well, that's the first one.
Yeah.
But okay, think of it this way, right? So let's think of all the major classics. So you have Lion King. Sequels are not as good. No. You have Beauty and the Beast. Sequels are not as good. You have Cinderella. Sequels are not as good. You have Aladdin. Sequels are not as good. You have Little Mermaid. Sequels not as good.
No.
Mulan. Sequels not as good.
Right.
Running out of movies here. Lilo and Stitch. Sequels not as good. What other movies are there? I know that there's like 4 billion more. I can't think of right this second though. None of them had a better than the original sequel.
The animated, you can argue that some of the, when I say, I'm sorry.
You're talking about Pixar?
Like Disney Pixar type movies.
That's fair. No, I
agree.
I think
some of them are on level with their originals or even sometimes a little bit better, Like I like the Cars. That's Pixar's Cars.
Cars is Pixar.
I liked all of the Cars movies, to be honest.
I've only ever seen the first Cars movie. But that's Pixar.
That was not spinoffs. I don't like any of those.
That was not part of our conversation. Like I said, Jonathan, we were talking about just Disney.
The
animated.
Original Disney movies. Yeah, Dalmatians.
I will
102
say,
Dalmatians. Not as good.
God, that was horrible.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones.
I know. My nieces were at the perfect age to be obsessed with those, so I had to watch it so many times. That's why I had such a visceral reaction.
Yeah. Interesting.
I will say this. Frozen is a better movie than Frozen 2.
But
that being said,
yeah.
I love that fucking song.
Yeah, you like the 80s
the power ballad
song.
And the fact that they went so deep into it that they did the fading out of his face in one direction with the fade in of it from the other, so it's layered.
Yeah. That's funny.
Perfect.
That's adorable.
But the rest of the movie, I'm just like, meh.
Yeah. Well, put in the comments if you think some of the sequel Disney movies
please do. Better. Honestly, if we forgot one, put it in there. The Dumbo sequels were worse. Dumbo also, do you realize it's only 47 minutes long?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's barely a freaking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a short.
His ears weren't. Anyhow, moving away from movies, I have a little bit of a relationship advice question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I find these funny.
Okay.
The title of this one is Male 23, Female 22, Help Me Break Up.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so I've been seeing this girl for about 6 months. I really like her as a person, but I'm not sexually attracted to her at all anymore. I've been in love before, and I just don't feel that kind of attraction to her. I think she is very much in love with me, but I just do not feel the same way. Both of us are only moderately mentally stable.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know what to do.
What? Oh gosh.
It would be better for me to be able to talk to other people, but I don't want to lose the connection I have with her.
That's selfish.
I don't want to date her, but she was there for me during hard times and has been someone I don't want to forget about. With that being said, I'm only going to be around until December, but I don't want to be tied down until then.
Around like in life? Like are they... The mentally stable thing threw me off.
I know the mentally stable thing threw you off. I'm assuming locally.
Sure.
And then anyone have any advice? So we'll break it down, right?
Well,
so really quick, early 20s, dude's in a relationship with this chick for about 6 months, not feeling it anymore. It's cool. Happens. It's life.
you just say, are they living together?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
6 months, I doubt it.
I've done that. Been there. Done that.
Oh, yeah. I showed up at 3 months. She was at work. I moved in. I had fleece.
Jeez.
You know I'm not joking.
Yeah.
But no.
This is easy. You just break up.
You just break up. The problem is that, like you said, the dude's being selfish.
That's it.
You have to understand that if you are no longer feeling the way that you're feeling, you should not be in that relationship. At the very least, you owe it to the other person to openly discuss your feelings.
This is what you say. You ready?
Oh, God.
This is what you say. You ready?
I'm ready.
I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. It's classic, man.
What movie did you steal that from?
One of them.
One of them.
Any of them. All of them. It's the line. It's the line. I may have used that. I may have used that line, but it wasn't because I heard it somewhere first.
Okay.
It wasn't exactly like that. It was like, I really care for you, but
I have a follow-up question here in a second, but I want to finish my thought. Train of thought here. For me, you got to break up with her, and I'm sorry, but she might think you're an asshole, dude.
That's okay.
And you might never be able to have that relationship again. You may lose the connection.
Been there.
But that's life, dude. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Move on.
The longer that you're staying in this to be kind to her, the worse you're being to her.
I think you put on...
Because you're just dragging her along.
You put on like a power ballad or something like that, and you just play that in the background subtly, and then you start having the conversation. I want to know what love is, you know?
Because I don't feel it with you. No, I think what you do is you go, look, in person, 6 months has to be in person at that point. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have to go, look, this is a very difficult conversation. I don't think we should continue dating, and this is why. Literally rip the Band-Aid off from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just set the expectations of this conversation in the first sentence.
No, but does he say why? Because the reason why is I'm not sexually attracted to this person anymore. That's tough. That's going to wreck this young lady's like confidence in life, especially for someone who's already mentally unstable.
Yes and
I
no.
think maybe
you don't say it like
you
that.
You don't say that.
No, you would say like, look, I still have love for you as a person, but I realize that I no longer am in love with you. I'm sorry. You have to be honest. Because if you're not brutally honest like that, then she may still hold like a chance that they could come back.
Yeah. I've felt love. I've felt love before, and this isn't it.
You're just stealing things from hair bands. That's all you're doing is stealing fucking lyrics from like Bon Jovi and shit. By the way, I like how I said and shit because I don't know 80s rock bands at all. So I got one.
Yeah, I don't know. Foreigner, Whitesnake, you know.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Journey?
Yeah.
They weren't really a hair band. No,
yeah.
they were like right after that, right?
Well, he was kind of, I mean, Steve Perry, he had hair. Anyway.
Yeah, the only advice with this is just, you got to break up.
Break up.
Just have the common decency. If she gets angry, just let it happen. Don't let her abuse you mentally either. But the same token, don't be like, you need to shut up. No, just, get your feelings out. Let them yell at you if they need to yell at you for a second, and then be like, cool, I got a cheeseburger with my name on it, and just bounce. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, you just have to, hey, this is around its course, I think.
Yeah.
It's
the best way to do it, because like I said, it's all it's going to do is it's going to bring on undue hatred towards one another.
You just say, I've been considering other women, I've been thinking about other women, and I don't want to hurt you. I think it's time for us to end this.
So, and this is what I was going to bring up. Now that we've said our piece on this.
Yeah.
In your lifetime, have you actually ever broken up with somebody?
Broken up with everyone.
You've always been the one.
I've always been the one.
Interesting.
I've never been broken up with. And I don't say that like with badge of honor. I haven't had a lot of relationships, in all honesty.
No. Well, I mean,
I've had serious relationships mostly. So,
okay.
Mostly.
Question. For clarification, I'm asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Okay.
For a friend.
Mm.
What dictates something to be considered a relationship?
When you put a title on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I've only had like maybe like 2 of those.
2. Okay, yeah, but
3.
But you've had acquaintances.
I've had situationships.
Situationships. There you go.
I've had lots of those.
You're such a whore.
There was a time.
You're a whore.
Look, man. That was it. So
That's all.
That's all. No, because okay, so I have had to do it a couple of times. Yeah, I think I've had to do it every time.
Well, you're such a stud, dude. Wow.
No.
Ooh, look at you.
I literally said the
Stud.
same thing you said, and yet I'm getting mocked.
Yeah, because
Cool.
you went on this rant about how many
Well, I just assumed you got dumped a lot.
relationships. Me?
Yeah.
Me?
I'll go wake up
With
your
all
wife.
this? What woman would want to leave all this? With all my action figures in boxes?
I mean, in fairness, some of that shit's mine.
Yeah, a couple of those things.
A couple of those. This,
Yeah.
some of that. We both got nerd stuff. I mean, all the plants are yours.
You know what? What chicks dig plants, dude? Botany. Bow.
Wow. But no, I have used that one before, and it wasn't really like using a line, but it was reality. It was just like, look, I'm now looking at other people and going like, well, that looks like a fun ride. I want to go get in line for that one.
Man.
So if I'm thinking that means that I'm not thinking about this
Engaged, right?
in the same thing. So by me thinking that means I need to get rid of this because this is obviously not what I want.
Mine for my...
I mean, I said it nicer than that.
Yeah. For my relationship before I met my wife, it was just me not knowing what I wanted because it was kind of, in between things, and I was, single, living on my own. It was wonderful, wonderful woman, wonderful girl, but it was me thinking that I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to do these things. And this person wanted to do all those things.
She was just further along in the relationship goal aspect, I think, than you were.
Well, it's because what I come to find is it's because I really did want those things, but I didn't want those things with her. Yeah. But I didn't know that at the time. I just thought I just didn't want them. I just wasn't feeling, I wasn't gravitating toward that life, I appreciated your decision personally. I understand that.
I was very happy that you were happy.
I understand that.
I like your current decision.
Yeah, I understand that.
I love your wife. Your wife's awesome. I've liked her since the first time I met her.
There you go. She's a great person.
No, she's good people's, bro.
And she's definitely she signed up for something she didn't know she was signing up for. So, you know.
Oh no, she fucked up.
I know.
That's why I'm always nicer to her than I am to you, is because I feel sorry for her because she has to deal with you.
I know.
And by proxy, me.
I know.
She signed up for a lot.
There's a lot. She didn't know it was a package deal.
Here's the thing. I told her on your wedding that I now considered her a sister. She didn't realize that meant she had adopted me as a brother.
Right.
That was the fine print. She didn't get that.
Right.
But she stole my watermelon, so I'm pretty angry about that.
Well, I think I tried to force your ex-wife to say that she loved me.
You did. Multiple times.
I think some of that was during your wedding. So, that
was part of your speech.
It was part of my speech.
I do remember that. That's so funny. Well, you're still the only one that she likes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Of all my friends.
That's funny.
Although I will say this too, my friend group went from like Wang to like
Aww.
because of my ex-wife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She only liked you.
Man.
She could only stomach being around you, therefore you being around was never an issue, but everyone else it was an issue. And so when you're used to calling somebody to come over every like 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden you only call them like every 2 or 3 weeks, it's easier to then like skip a week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it just happens.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
I mean, think about it. Antonio used to come over all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I didn't see him for like 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, when I ran into Dan and Sly like 6 months ago, maybe it was a year ago at this point, at the Wawa. Remember I told you?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sly didn't remember that I had a daughter.
Yeah, well, does that surprise you?
I mean, a little. He met her. They hung out. Dan looked at him like, yeah. But Dan was around more. Yeah. But I mean, like, that's how much, like, there wasn't as much, like, involvement from that point.
Sure.
So, it is what it is.
Listen, I forgot he had a wife.
Dan?
I don't think I've ever met her.
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah.
But that happened after the... Yeah.
Fun. That's funny.
So what do you got, bud?
Dude, so this is going to be interesting. Quick, but interesting.
Yeah. Actually... Yeah, very quick. What do you got? Because we went off script.
We went off script big time.
It was my fault.
It is your fault.
It's always my fault.
How about let me throw a few pickup lines at you in the nature of what we've been discussing here.
Okay. So I broke up with you, and now you're trying to get me back. What do you got?
No, I'm not trying to get you back. I'm trying to get fresh meat. Fresh meat. Leaner cut.
Leaner cut. Oh, gosh.
Ready?
Go for it.
All right. Well, here I am. What are your other 2 wishes?
I've heard that one.
Heard that one, right?
That's good.
Exactly.
That's good. For you to eat shit and die.
Yeah. Hey, my name is Microsoft. Can I crash at your place tonight? Oh.
Sorry, this is an Apple environment. No diseases.
Ooh, no diseases. This one's terrible. Do you like raisins? How do you feel about a date? Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
I really thought it was going to be like a balls joke when you said raisins. I don't know why.
Bet you did.
Yeah,
I bet you did.
Go ahead.
Is there something wrong with... Oh, wait. Oh, no, wrong one.
Yes,
I'm not saying that one.
wrong.
That one's stupid. That one's not going to be said. All right. This is similar, though. There's something wrong with my cell phone. It doesn't have your number in it. Have you used that one before? That one you used before? Yeah.
Okay.
You've used the pickup line before.
I was dared one time to do something when I was in college, and it worked so well
That you've used it again?
that I've used it like 20, 30 times, which is you go up and you're like, hey, can you do me a favor really quick? Can you just go ahead and put your phone number in here real quick? Thank you. I really appreciate that. And like, you'd be surprised that when you walk up to somebody who's just like walking around campus, you catch them off guard. They're like, what? I was like, oh yeah, I just need your number really quick. That way we can go out later.
Yeah.
It catches them so like, just like, wait, what? As they're typing it in. And then they realize they're like, oh my gosh.
That's funny.
It's like a 75%.
I've seen some like YouTube videos people do where they go up and do that. And
they have some more like suave versions of that.
Sure.
Like they went ahead and they pinned some stuff out first.
Right.
But yeah, no, it really does work.
Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. Oh my God, that's great. If you were a Transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine. That's so bad. I love it.
What else you got? Let's get them out now.
Are you a parking ticket? Because you've got fine written all over you. No?
Lame.
Yeah, it's bad. All right. I must be in a museum because you're truly a work of art.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I must be. See, I'm sorry. When you say I must be in a museum, it makes me think like, because you're old as shit. It's like, what the fuck?
Antiquities? Yeah.
Like, huh?
It's funny. I'm no photographer, but I can picture us together. Ooh. You've heard of this stupid one. Feel my shirt. You know what it's made of? Boyfriend material. Oh, yeah.
I haven't made that joke, but I have made a different one. Instead of saying boyfriend material, I've said one night stand material.
Oh my gosh.
But it was to friends.
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah,
to like a random chick.
Yeah, I don't think that would work.
It worked.
No, okay. Are you related to Jean-Claude Van Damme? Because Jean-Claude Van Damme, you're sexy. Oh no, it's so bad.
Somehow I saw Bernie Mac saying that in my head.
Wow.
And it just made me laugh so much harder.
This one's kind of cute. Did your license get suspended for driving all these guys crazy?
Oh my God.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. I'm learning about important dates in history. Want to be one of them? There you go. Sounds like some of the bad ones that you've said.
Hey. It might work though.
Baby, if you were words on a page, you'd be fine print. Yeah. No? You didn't like that one?
It'd be small.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, if I was talking to her,
yeah. Did you just come out of the oven because you're hot? Or
did you just come out of the oven? Because I'd love to put some buns in here.
Buns?
Buns in the oven.
I understand.
Child.
Yeah, I get that.
Impregnation.
No.
Didn't work?
That's creepy.
All right.
Creepy. It's a good thing I have my library card because I'm totally checking you out.
Wow.
I love it.
I feel like, so once
it.
again, in that scenario, you walk up and you should present your library card.
Yeah.
And then when she says, why are you giving me a library card? Oh, I just figured out you'd want to see it since I'm checking you out.
That's funny. Yeah, you have to. It's all about delivery.
It's all about the delivery.
All about delivery.
Right.
I was blinded by your beauty. I'm going to need your name and phone number for insurance purposes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Once again, if you deliver that well, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like that would work on a campus.
Is your name Google? Because you have everything I've been searching for. Aww. No?
That gave me shivers, dude. That was creepy.
Are you a bank loan? Because you've got my interest. That would never. That's too kind of for a pickup line.
I mean,
You're trying to think too much there, you know?
Maybe if you're trying to like pick up your financial advisor.
Maybe. Are you a time traveler? Are you?
No.
You're not?
No.
'Cause I can see you in my future. Come on. You don't like
if I knew
this?
what you were gonna say, I'd be like, yes, and this didn't work out.
Can I follow you? Where are you going right now? Because my parents always told me to follow my dreams. Oh,
That is so stalkery.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah. Oh, this is.
But he did ask for consent.
Yeah. Is this the Hogwarts Express? Because it feels like you and I are headed somewhere magical.
No.
No. All right.
That was bad.
Not going to be good. No. Life without you is like a broken pencil. Pointless. It's a little emo.
It's a little My Chemical Romance-y.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Something's wrong with my eyes because I can't take them off of you. No? Okay.
I'm going to gag.
How about this one? You'll gag now. My love for you is like diarrhea. I just can't hold it in.
What the fuck?
It's supposed to be a good one. I don't know about that.
I mean, it's going to diffuse. I mean, it's going to. Jeez, I can't even talk. It's gonna make her laugh.
Maybe. Possibly. Or gross her out.
Yeah.
You've heard this one. Someone better call God because he's missing an angel.
I have not heard that one.
You have not heard that one?
No.
Man.
I heard a lot of angel ones, but not that one. That's funny.
We're not socks, but I think you'd make a great pair. No?
No.
Or you could be like, you remind me of my tube sock.
The perfect fit.
Just want to in ya. Oh, no. Not good? Not good.
I just want to in you and put you underneath my pillow.
Oh, ew.
Under my bed? I don't know.
Where do you put that?
Where do you put it? Like, put you in my trash can?
Where did I put my... Where did I put my sock?
Where's my stiff sock?
Where's my...
Steve.
Steve? The stiff sock?
Steve.
Wow.
He's so Steve.
Cute. You must be tired because you've been running through my mind all
No, that one sucks. That one's horrible. I'm sorry. That one's so... Like, that's one of the ones that they would always put in a movie.
Here's one for you. This one you'll appreciate. Do you have a map?
To your heart?
No. I just keep getting lost in your eyes. Oh, yeah. You like eyes.
I like eyes.
You like eye stuff. Yeah.
I'm a softie for an eye joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a Band-Aid? I just scraped my knee falling for you. Oh, cute. No? All right.
Those are good ones, though, because when you ask for something, it's more diffusing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Do you like Star Wars? Because Yoda won for me. So
Yoda won for me,
I
baby.
messed that up because I would never say it that way, but it's okay. Last few here. Oh, this is so... No. Did you invent the airplane because you seem right for me? It's supposed to be like a Wright brothers joke.
You seem like a right for me.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Not good. You seem right for me, is what I said. Did the sun come out or did you just smile at me? Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, God, I'm going to throw up in my mouth.
Do you know CPR? Because you're taking my breath away.
Yeah. Speaking of vomiting.
You're so beautiful that you made me forget my pickup line. That one could work.
That one could work. If you like kind of went like, I'm so sorry. You're just so damn beautiful. I forgot my pickup line. Wow.
What happened?
Can you just give me your number? There you go. Let me make it up to you because I messed this whole thing up. Let me buy you lunch.
There you go. There you go. There it is.
That was
terrible.
Oh,
terrible.
This is what our daughters have to look forward to in the future.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh.
I'm so glad that I'm happily married. I don't have to worry. You said it the other, I don't know what day it was. It's, it's either really nice or it's really not being in the dating game.
Oh, so, yeah.
You know,
there's definitely some positives, but You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay, I have some questions.
Are you doing trivia?
I'm doing some trivia for you.
I don't like the trivia.
Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Ew.
Okay. Are you in the right mindset? Are you ready?
No.
Do you want me to give you the easy or the hard one first?
Care, just give it to me.
Baby.
Give me the hard one. Give me the hard one.
You want the hard one?
Give me the hard one first.
Okay. What was the name of Niles's never-seen wife on the sitcom Frasier?
No idea.
There's multiple choice.
Okay, thank you.
Lilith, Daphne, Maris, or Roz?
Lilith.
Is that your final answer?
It's my final answer.
That is incorrect. That would be Frasier's ex-wife, which you would know from the show Cheers. Maris. Roz is the producer for Frasier's radio show, and then Daphne is the live-in nanny for Frasier's father, who Niles is madly in love with.
I don't care. I wasn't a fan of that show.
I was so too young to think that show was cool, and I fucking loved that show. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's such a boring, like it's more of like an intellectual type show." I don't think that, but like,
I don't think it's intellectual. It did bore me though.
I found its type of humor very entertaining. It was very dry.
I just didn't like the characters.
Oh,
that was the only reason. I think the jokes landed.
Frasier is kind of a. I like Kelsey Grammer. I think he's a pretty decent actor. I didn't really care for Frasier that much. I liked everyone else.
Got it.
But I feel like I feel like that a lot about sitcoms, where I don't actually like the main character.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't really care for him that much. So this is the easy one.
Oh boy.
I'm going to give you multiple hints, and then you are going to tell me the answer. Okay.
Okay.
Of who this person is, what this person is, what this thing is, or blah, 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 right?
Okay.
I live in the sewer and I have fur.
Okay.
I am a master of ninjutsu and I have 4 teenage sons.
This is not great. Okay.
My enemy is Shredder. Who am I?
Ratatouille. Splinter. Master Splinter.
That is very, very good, but they didn't actually put the master in this. I was surprised.
You need to show respect to Splinter.
This is the thing that I'm angry about. My enemy is Shredder. No.
No.
My enemy is the Shredder.
Yeah.
It's not like just an action like thing. And technically, that's not what he would say.
Right.
He would say his actual name.
Correct.
And right now, it's not there.
Uh-oh. It's okay. Well,
I literally just watched a thing about the Turtles like maybe 3 or 4 days ago.
it's been years since I've watched. I tried to watch it with my daughter. She wasn't old enough, so I'm going to try again.
Oh, like the original movie?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the cartoon?
I'm sorry, the original movie.
Original movie, dude. Like, she needs a couple more years.
No. She'll be all right. She'll be all right.
For her to get it?
At this point, it's more, can she stay interested?
It's kind of boring.
That's what I mean. But we just watched Never Ending Story, which you have not seen.
I've never seen it yet.
And I tried to watch that a year ago with her.
Oh, got you. All right. What do you got?
All right. So, what links these clues together?
Cool.
Basement, Garth, party time.
Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I knew you were going to get that one. I'll give you that one easy. All right. 90s spelling bee.
Fuck.
Just spell the name. Okay.
Okay.
Joey Tribbiani.
Joey Can we just say that I know how to spell that part and we're just not to worry about Tribbiani? That was a question.
No.
Oh, wow. I have to do it every time?
No. Yeah, you have to spell the last name.
Tribony?
No.
What is it?
You have one more try.
God damn it. Can you say it again?
Tribbiani.
Tribony?
No.
What is it?
Tribbiani.
How did you think I was ever going to get that?
I didn't.
Oh.
It's not. I didn't write the thing.
Well, earlier you were like, oh, I think you'll get this one. And I was like...
Because you had 2 tries. It said you get 2 tries.
Oh.
I thought, all right, he's going to try it with a Y. I don't know what you did with this whole O thing you were trying to do. And
Tribbiani.
Tribbiani. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I can tell you that the actor's name was Matt LeBlanc.
That's true. That's true. He also played the late Dr. Drake.
And his twin brother.
And his twin brother on Days of Our Lives.
Oh, that's really funny. All right, I got a card for the audience. What links these clues together? Jerry, Kramer, George. Like, what are the odds that all of these are freaking show related?
Frasier.
That's what it is, 100%. All right. What color was the original PlayStation console? Double or Nothing. What color is the P on its PlayStation logo?
Ooh.
All right.
There it is.
Well, if you know those, you know what to do.
Comment.
In the comment section below.
Comment.
Hey.
It is.
Thanks for sticking with us. We know this was a little bit longer
Bless you.
than normal.
Wow.
But yeah, we went off track when we started talking about other stuff. These are just a really funny things, so we had to like go into pretty depth. But yeah, so if you made it all the way to the end, we appreciate it, and thanks.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Twins out. No, that's not what you want to do. Okay.
Bye.